Good morning, boys and girls. I'm gonna read one character today, so not a long one. Just to give, and then because our next reading will be starting the month of November of that school year in Mr. Turp's class. So just give you a recap of October. I think one of the biggest things that happened, if we had to talk about the biggest events of the month of October, might be when they were working on the project in which they were putting different concoctions with the plants and see what would happen. And then remember the fire alarm went off and the fire marshal came in and Mr. Turrup stood up for the class because the fire marshal wanted to take down the posters and all that. So these students started to get an idea of what kind of teacher this guy was. And then the other major issue that kind of happened in this month was Alexia getting into girl drama, trying to put Jessica, who was the new girl from California, against Danielle, who was the one who lived on the farm. And she was trying to play both sides against each other, etc. All right. So we have just one quick one today. It's on Danielle, and then we'll be starting November soon. All right. Danielle. I ended up talking and playing with Jessica at recess. My troubles with Lexi weren't her fault. I told Jessica about Anna. Jessica thought Anna seemed nice, which was true. Anna was my science partner for the plant unit, and I liked working with her. You stay away from that girl, you hear me? Grandma said when I mentioned Anna at home. Your grandmother's right, Danielle. That girl comes from a bad family, Mom said. She'll be a bad influence. I wanted to know why, so Grandma filled me in on Anna's family story. I just listened, but I couldn't help thinking about Anna, too. About what Anna and I knew. She didn't seem bad at all. In fact, I really liked her. I wanted her to be my friend. I figured that as long as I wasn't going over to her house, I could be friends with Anna in school. Before long, it was time to head inside. I walked alongside Jessica until I saw Lexi marching towards us. She had a mean scowl on her face. She looked mad, real mad, like a mama cow determined to keep you away from her new calf. I rushed ahead. I didn't want to fight. I felt bad for leaving Jessica behind, but I wanted to avoid Lexi. I hurried inside and hid in the bathroom. But Lexi found me. Just think, in the bathroom? The bathroom door flew open and she got right in my face. She told me all the mean things Jessica was saying about me. Remember, they weren't true. And she never did say that stuff. Like you can even ask Katie or Emily. They'll tell you. Little Miss California's a two-face, nice to your face and mean behind it. You need to stay away from her. I started crying. Why would Jessica say those mean things? Lexi hugged me for a second, but it didn't make me feel any better. Then she walked towards the sinks. She stood in front of the mirror, fixing herself. I sat in one of the stalls, wiping my tears. You know what else? Lexi said. Jessica's the one who killed your plant. Like, she so knocked it over on purpose, she told me. I've known Lexi since second grade when she was all nice. She even came over to my house once that spring. But her feather boas weren't a good match for my farm. So hasn't ever been back. And then in third grade, she started with her mean games. So I've never been to her house. We're friends in school when Lexi says so, and that's it. Grandma says something's going on with Lexi that we don't know about, and that it's best not to worry about being her friend. But I did worry. What was the truth? Was there anyone I could be friends with? Dear God, remember she always prays at the end. Dear God, it's Danielle. I'm going to need your help sorting all this girl stuff out. I hope you don't mind. I'd rather not get Grandma involved. She just doesn't always understand. Thanks. Amen. All right. So start thinking in your head back of what happened at the beginning of the year, what happened, in September, and then what happened in October. We'll be starting November soon. All right.